Yeah, shalom, shalom. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Happy new moon. Happy new moon. I pray everybody's doing all right this morning. Oh, wrong one, wrong one. Yeah. Hey, all right. Like I said, good morning, everybody. No, I ain't saying y'all are tap dancing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's here, y'all are glad to be with the Lord and the Lord's people. Like I said, happy new moon, happy new moon, happy first day of the month. The 12th month is here. So now we closing in on the new year. Everybody is glad that it's the new year. Yeah, y'all know what to do. Give the Lord a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Put a 5 in the chat if you glad Passover about to be here. And if it don't really matter, then it is what it is. But put a 5 in the chat if you glad. So let me go ahead and get a shout out to who's in the lesson this morning. Good morning, sir. Grace and peace be with you. Peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. Happy new moon to you. Happy new moon. Good morning, Alyssa Rogers. Shalom, shalom. Peace be with you. Glad to see you in the building. First time seeing you here. If you're still here, go ahead, put a 4 in the chat. Put a 4 in the chat. What's going on, Sister Kim? Grace and peace be with you. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Happy new moon. Glad to see you in the building. As you said, it's 3 a.m. So you burning the midnight oil to hear the word of the Lord. So hey, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you don't fall off the loft. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall off the loft because it's late at night and you're hearing the preaching. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Paul though, so maybe you'll go ahead and, stay awake for a little bit. But glad to see you here. What's going on, Lawa? Grace and peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. Happy Sabbath. Good morning. I keep saying happy Sabbath. More so happy new moon. But it is a Sabbath. So same thing, same thing. So hey, good morning, good morning. Like I said, it's early. By the way, if the sound is good, put a 7 in the chat. Let me know if the sound is coming in all right. Because I made a few adjustments on there. So I want to make sure the sound's good. If the sound's coming through good on the stream, put a 7 in the chat. Put that number of completion up in there. So like I said, glad to see everybody here. Let's get ready to dive on into it. Let's go ahead and go to Mark chapter 14, because I ain't gonna read Matthew 26 and 6, because we about to do Matthew 26, so y'all can get to hear it anyway. So let's get Mark chapter 14, and we will get started. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came into me a woman having an alabaster box of precious ointment, spikenard, and break the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? Or it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought the good work on me. For ye are the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, you may do them good. But me ye have not always. She hath done what she could. She is come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she have done shall be spoken of for memorial of her. So whenever we bring out this true gospel of Jesus Christ, the message is given to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the globe. The words that's given to the people of the Most High, the saints of the Most High, those that are under the curse of Deuteronomy 28 because we broke the law, statutes, commandments. Whenever we bring out this message to those people, we are always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, the Black Messiah, Jesus Christ. So without further ado, let's dive on into it. Let's go ahead and get to Daniel chapter 3. Because again, in this, I like to get people to understand that Christ has been with us the whole time. And I'm going to show y'all how he's been walking with us. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go to Daniel chapter 3, verse 22. Daniel chapter 3, verse 22. Matter of fact, actually, I'm going to go to Daniel 3:24. All right. It's after Nebuchadnezzar tossed in Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, or Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. You know what I'm saying? Their real names before they got their names changed, by their master, kind of like they did my man Kunta. Your name is Toby. I'm gonna go ahead and call them by their names, they were given to them at birth. All right, let's go to Daniel chapter 3, verse 24. And then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up and in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. So what I want to go into this, I want to show you that even after they were faithful and did not bow down to the king and his gods, his false gods. They said they're going to stand up to him, and he had raised them up into a great position. And he's like, no, y'all going to set the example that y'all going to defy me, and y'all are not going to bow down to the gods of Babylon. They was like, you want us to serve them? Hey, my brothers wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? Them 3 young Hebrew boys, the 3 holy children, they said, now we serve the Lord God of Israel and Israel only. If y'all feel them brothers, put a 2 in the chat. If you feel them, they going to stand with your God no matter what situation. Put a 2. And if you know how tough it would be, and you probably would go ahead and bow down and go ahead and, when they play the music and the sack button, if you be doing that, then go ahead and put a 5 in the chat. And we'll all pray for you. You know what I'm saying? And don't feel ashamed, because, hey, it is what it is. We all have that struggle. We have different struggles, I mean. And if that's your struggle, you got your brothers and sisters to help you. But anyways, he said, this is 4th man is like the Son of God. See, what we see is in this time, Jesus Christ was already walking with us in the times of trouble, in our times of struggle. Look behind. Y'all see this, you see the sand in the beach. Many of y'all might have had in your house growing up, the footprints, poem or story or whatever it is, and it says footprints, and it's like, it's talking about the person that went through all these struggles, and in the sand you got footprints, and he's like, I only had 1 pair of footprints when things was tough, but guess what? Hey, the Lord said, I've always been with you. I was carrying you. But the point I'm making is the Lord he's walking with us in their time of distress, their time of torment. When they stood for the Lord stood for them. He said, I got you. I'm going to go in the fire with you, and I'm going to make sure it does not singe you in any way. See, our Messiah has been with us. He didn't have to just wait till in the New Testament, quote unquote. Nah, he's walking with us the whole time. He led us in the wilderness. He led us even when he brought us up out of Egypt. He's always been that light, that chariot that we had to follow to get close, that rock that was with us in the wilderness, and that rock was Christ. So let's continue on. Let's go ahead and get to Matthew chapter 26, verse 1. Let's get into the lesson. Matthew chapter 26, verse 1. And it came to pass, when Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. So he's like, hey, 2 days from now, I am going to be put to death. I'm going to be lied on and be cheated, all of those things, and I'm going to be led to the slaughter just like a sheep, unlawfully, wrongfully, whatever you want to call it. An innocent man is going to go down. You're going to see this happen. So, and it's going to happen, on the Passover. Verse 3, then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Jesus by subtlety and kill him. But they said, not on the feast day, but lest there be an uproar among the people. So they said, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get him, but don't take him on the feast day, because they're going to go crazy. They're going to trip out. Let's not get him then. So he said, hey, they were trying to come up with a slick way to do it. So I said they came by subtlety. And we'll read on. You'll see what took place. Verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came to him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman have done be told for a memorial of her. So as we see, this was taking place after he understood that they are going to take me and they are going to kill me. And at the same time he was speaking about this, the high priests and the chief, the elders and all of those people that have rejected the Messiah were plotting on him secretly. So he already understood what's going on. He didn't have to be there. He didn't have to hear what they were saying. He understood what type of people they were and what they were going to do. They were going to take him down. They had to remove him, because they understood the threat level that Jesus Christ had, because they were wicked and he was the antithesis of wickedness. He was good. He was holy. He was on that godly standard. Him and his Father were one. So when somebody is righteous and they are up against a whole world, a whole system, a syndicate of evil, guess what they're going to do? They're going to get rid of that quote unquote superhero that opposes him because he is that threat that could tear down their whole operation. They didn't need that. They needed their operation to stand, and the only way their life can continue the way they wanted it to do, to maintain the lifestyle they desire, they had to get rid of him. That's what happens whenever you have someone that opposes the status quo, who opposes the whatever is in place. That even if good or bad, if someone opposes what's in place and they want to change things, though the ones that actually are benefiting from how things are in this life, they are going to do whatever it takes to remove you. And if they have the power and influence, they will do it. That's why it's hard to be good in this world. Why it's hard to be, good, loving, caring, because the overwhelming majority, over 95% of people are evil, and evil people cannot suffer to be around good people. That's why the scriptures talk about they always contend with one another. Light and darkness can't dwell together. It's as simple as that. Let's continue on. Matthew chapter 26, verse 14. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, what will you give me, and I will deliver him unto you? And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver. So he said, hey, you know what? Cut me a deal, and I'll go get the Messiah. I'll go get Jesus. What you want? You know what I'm saying? What gift will you give me? What can you make it worth my while for me to turn over the Messiah? Verse 16. And from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. So when it says he sought opportunity, he was looking for the chance, looking for the time that would be best to actually turn the Messiah over to the government, to those who were in power, those who actually could execute him the way that he wanted, when I say he wanted, the way that the elders and chief priests and scribes wanted, the Pharisees. Verse 17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying unto him, where wilt thou we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? So all of them was like, hold on, one of us gonna do it. Am I gonna do it? See, here's the thing. If someone actually understands what it means to betray the Messiah, to take Jesus in and give them over to those who are the Roman soldiers, the centurions, they understood how bad it would be. They knew that people got crucified. They knew how awful it was for somebody to suffer that death. They didn't want that to happen to him. So they were like, am I going to do it? Here's the thing. If you're a good man and you understand how much you love Jesus Christ, you would do anything to prevent that from happening. I'm going to speak for myself. If I'm in that situation, because when I read scriptures, I'm thinking of how I could be in there. If I was the one he said, yeah, it'll be you, I'd be like, man, I'm leaving. I'm going to run away. I'm going far away so I can prevent this from, I cannot be the one to do this to you. Of course, you can't escape destiny if the Lord has it, but I'm like, nah, I can't be me. I'll do whatever it takes to not turn over Jesus Christ. I don't want to not even just go down in history as to be the betrayer, because people use the term Judas to this day. You know what I'm saying? Judas means, you that snake, you that one that nobody wants to be around. That's a Judas. Why? Because that's the history. He went down in that history as a Judas. The point I'm making is they all was like, I don't want to be that guy. They all were worried. They all were upset. They was all hoping that they wouldn't fall away. Just like even now, some of us may do this. And if you understand what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat. And put a 1 in the chat if this fits you. If you read what happened to Saul, when you got Saul, and then the Lord took his spirit. He took the spirit of God away from him and put an evil spirit on him. If you actually was scared, it's like, God, please don't ever do that to me. Put a 1 in the chat. I know I was. I prayed. I still sometimes pray for the Lord. If I upset you in any way, please don't ever take your spirit from me and put an evil spirit on me. Whatever I do, Lord, please just don't get rid of me. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave me. I don't want to forsake you. I'm afraid. Just let me stay with you forever. I don't want to go nowhere. There's nowhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? I have that Peter. Peter said, hey, Lord, where wilt thou go? You know what I'm saying? And where can I go? Who will I be with? Will I go to, while I leave you? Why I leave you? If I leave you, I'm going where? It's as simple as that. It doesn't make sense. I got 2 people to feel me. Sarah, Sister Kim, they're like, nah, man, I didn't want that to happen to me. I'm telling you, it was scary to read. I'm like, oh, God can take away your spirit and then put a evil one on you. Oh man, and you just I don't want that to happen. So Matthew chapter 26. Let's read on verse. I'm sorry, 21. And as they did, I'm sorry, not 21. I'm sorry, Matthew chapter 28, verse 23. And he answered and said, "He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born." Y'all ever heard the expression? Yeah, you wish you were never born. Yeah, this is one of those things. He said it'd be better for the person that never been born to actually be the person to actually go down in history as that snake, that devil that took away Jesus the Christ. Hey, by the way, I see you, brother the Carriers. Grace and peace be with you. Good morning. Good morning. Happy new moon, brother. Happy new moon. Shalom, shalom. Matthew chapter 26, verse 25. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, "Master, it is I." He said unto him, "Thou hast said." So he's like, "Hey, is it me?" He said, "Hey, you said it. You said it, not me." Verse 26. And as they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for the remission of sins." So now right there, he's letting him know, hey, so the body, this bread is what it is. He's not letting you know this symbolizes that you're eating me, that you're digesting me. Obviously, they're not going to eat the Messiah. You're not actually going to eat a human because we know it's unlawful. But he's telling them, hey, I'm going to be a part of you forever. You're going to digest it just like you eat this roll. This is the exact same thing. The bread, me, myself, eat this roll and let it go into your bowels. And of course, now he says, what same thing? Drink this blood, because this blood that's shed for you, this wine is symbolizing that blood. Keep that within you. You know what I'm saying? This is going to cover you, because just like in ancient Egypt, the blood of the lamb had to cover us. The blood of the lamb will cover you. Make sure you have this with you. You have this with you wherever you go, and you'll always be protected from the fiery darts of the wicked. See, that blood in you is going to keep you alive. And there's going to be many situations that you'll be put in that will be very, very dangerous, very scary, very dark, because most people, again, the vast majority of this world is evil and anti-Christ. So if you are amongst the anti-Christ, you're going to need the blood of Jesus to protect you. You're going to need the understanding of the Most High. The Bible, the scriptures must be within you. They must be a part of you. If you are not the scriptures, you will not survive this world, because this world, again, is everything that is against the Messiah. Let's continue on. Matthew chapter 26, verse 28. Verse 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So he said, I'm going to celebrate with you when the time comes in his world, not in this world, but in his world. Verse 30. And when they had sung an hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Hey, I'm sorry, I just now peeped this. I've been reading about Jesus my whole, reading different things about him. Of course, been in the truth a while. Done read through the Bible on 3 times total, and I'm on number 4. I've never peeped that they sung. They was out there singing. So they out there singing, gospel songs with the Messiah before, on this feast day, on this celebration. When I say feast day, on this time they were having, quote unquote, the Last Supper. So they sitting down singing a song. I didn't peep that. Hey, they sung a hymn. So hey, they was having a good time. They enjoyed their time with their Messiah, with their master. Matthew chapter 26, verse 31. Then Jesus said unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. So he says, the shepherd will be smitten, meaning I'm going to be taken out. I'm going to be removed. I'll be hurt. I'll be harmed. And y'all are going to run. Y'all are going to be afraid. You'll be offended because of me. You're not going to want to even be associated with me, because how they are going to treat me, what they're going to do to me, you're going to be afraid it's going to happen to you. Y'all will run. But he says, but then I'm going to lead you into Galilee when I return. Verse 32. But after I am risen, verse 33. But Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. And then, hold on, I'm sorry, it's just funny. And I also never really paid attention that it said all the disciples like, yeah, man, we ain't going nowhere. We strong in the Lord and the power of his might. And the Lord just sitting here like, yeah, all right, I heard you. Continue on. But he understands what's going to happen. He knows what's in them. It ain't just about him seeing the future. He knows who they are. When you know who someone is, you know in the deepest, darkest parts of them, what is the possibilities, you know what I'm saying, what can come out of them, what they're capable of, the Lord knows. And he knows in this situation, Christ knows it's going to get ugly. You are going to be absolutely terrified. You know, anybody's ever seen scary movies, people are like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. All right, put yourself in a situation where you're absolutely terrified. Do you think that you actually will be, you know, brave in a situation where you got somebody like Jason bust up in your house, he busts through a door, like shatters all the wood in little bitty pieces with that Jason mask on and a big machete. And you're going to tell me you're going to be strong and stand up and be like, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Nah, you're going to be terrified. You might freeze. You're going to be in shock. You might start crying. You might pee on yourself. It's all kind of things you could do. You don't know when that situation happens. That's what the Most High Son Jesus is saying. He's like, hey, y'all gonna be scared. Understand. And if you think I'm making it up, then go ahead and put a 3 in the chat. If you know good and well that you would be terrified in a situation where all of the chief priests, scribes, and elders came and arrested Jesus, if you know you'd be scared, then put a 6 in the chat. Go ahead and let's see what you got. Let's continue on. Matthew chapter 26, verse 36. Then cometh Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. So they said, he said, hey, just kick it with me. Just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Look around. Verse 39. And he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. So he said, I know it's about to happen. You know, I understand what's about to take place. And now the reality is setting in on the Messiah, the Master, the Son of God, who has been here from the beginning, who created the whole planet. He is about to now have to suffer the greatest torture in the history of the world. He's about to go through it. And he's like, if it's anything else I can do, Lord, please let me out of here. Let me do something else. But although I don't want to do it, whatever you want me to do, Lord, I'm ready to do. See, this is true submission. This is true obedience. This is what we need. This is how we gotta speak to the Most High. We gotta speak to the Lord like, hey, Lord, I like the things I like. You know what I'm saying? I want to do things my way. But if it's any other way that I can do what I want to do, let me do it. But you know what? At the end of the day, whatever your will is, I'm willing to do. Just go ahead and, send me. That's how we got to be. That's the spirit we need to have within ourselves. We have that spirit, then we have the chance to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Matter of fact, ain't no chance we will make it if we are willing to submit and just give up our own opinions, our own feelings, our own ways of living, just so we can follow the word of God. Then we will make it to the kingdom of heaven. We will be in eternal bliss with the Most High God and his Son, Jesus Christ, and those people that love him. That's the place I want to be. If you don't want to be there, then, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and say you don't. But if you want to be, if you would like to be where the Messiah and his Son are, go ahead and say, Matthew chapter 26, verse 38. Then said he unto them, I'm sorry, not 38, Matthew chapter 26, verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, what, could ye not watch with me 1 hour? See, y'all couldn't sit up with me just for this hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. And here's the other thing too. He's proving a point. He's let him know. He said the spirit is willing. So the Messiah understood that his disciples wanted to stay up with him. But when he's saying the flesh is weak, it's so many things are spiritual, but you can break it down into a very simple thing. The flesh is just your natural functions of your body, your natural feelings, your feelings of sleepiness, hunger, thirst. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, pain. This is the flesh. And it says the flesh is weak. Many times, what we're going to do, we're not going to be able to overcome what our flesh wants. So we have to learn to build up our spiritual strength, our spiritual bodies, so that we can combat our flesh. Like I said, going to sleep is a normal function, and it just is what it is. But then he's like, man, y'all couldn't fight off y'all sleep to stay up with me, and it's something that's hard. But if you extremely sleepy, extremely tired, it's gonna be tough. If anybody's ever been, under the influence of alcohol, hey, when you're under the influence of alcohol, you might want to, walk straight, and you ain't gonna be able to walk straight. You're gonna be staggering a little bit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You might think you can drive. Hey, you ain't gonna be able to drive a car because the road gonna be, all curvy and swervy. Don't do it. Get from behind the wheel. Let somebody else drive. This is what I'm saying. The flesh is weak. You can't overcome. I mean, I want to say you can't overcome. It is a tough battle to overcome your natural bodily functions. That's what you got to do, and that's how strong your spirit has to be. And that's why we got to become gods. That's why we got to these words, the commandments, the wisdom that's given to us. This is to make us better and stronger. Everybody has their weaknesses, and we have to fight them. We have to fight them day by day. Let's continue on. Matthew chapter 26, verse 42. And he went away again the second time and prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done." So he asked again, he said, hey, if only ways can happen is if I just have to, suffer and die, then all right, I got it. I'll do it. Verse 43. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. You see, that's what he told them. The flesh is weak. And he's like, look, just like I just said, their eyes were heavy. It was hard for them to stay awake. Their body, the spirit was willing. Inside, they wanted to stay up with Jesus, but their eyes were heavy. It was, all of y'all had heavy eyelids before. Were you trying to stay awake? You might be sitting there trying to watch a movie, and then your eyelids just keep on falling. You can't do it. Your eyes won't let you. And then all of a sudden, you wake up and you like, how did I get here? Why am I on the couch at 2 a.m? Because your eyelids were heavy. Your spirit was willing. You desired to continue watching, but your flesh was weak. Matthew chapter 26, verse 44. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. So, think about this. He asked 3 times, Lord, if it's another way. I want you to understand how terrified and scared even the Messiah was. So that's why he told him, he said, hey, y'all, well, he really want to listen to the other disciples, but Peter was like, hey, I ain't going nowhere. If Jesus himself was afraid of what's about to happen to him, he asked God 3 times to do something else. Again, this is something I've never really paid much attention to. It said he went and prayed a 3rd time. Praying is simply talking, requesting, God, you got another way? You found out something yet? Think about it. You come to him, God, hey, you got a plan? He's like, yeah, die on the cross. All right, but is it another way? You know what I'm saying? Can you get back to me on it? He leaves, go look for his disciples, come back. Hey, Lord, you find anything else? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Hey, Daddy, you got something else I can do? Daddy's like, nah, I ain't came up with nothing yet. Same thing. Christ love again, came back. What about now? He went to him 3 times asking him if he did not have to get on that cross. I need y'all to understand that he didn't want to do this. He loved us so much that he was willing to take this pain and follow his father's instructions, because his daddy was like, this is the only way. There's nothing else you can do to rescue the people that you claim to love. Your brothers and sisters, your fellow Israelites, the descendants of Jacob, the only way they can be saved, they can be rescued, they can have the opportunity to come into your kingdom. The only way they be covered by the blood and actually get close to me and live in my world forever is for you to suffer in this manner. That's what had to happen. He's like, he asked him 3 times. I've never even peeped this. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I keep telling y'all when I do some of these videos, when I do these lessons on the chapters, they like reaction videos, because I'm actually like, myself, I'm catching things and I'm like, oh, dang, I didn't know he went to him 3 times. I've never caught it. I just know he prayed and he had the tears were coming down his blood, and sweat coming down his blood. And he was really wanting to get out of there. And the Lord's like, nah, you got to do this right here. And he asked him 3 times. He went to try to see if there were 3 times. Think about this. This is who been with God since the beginning. And he knows God never changes his word. He keeps it. His word is what it is. He never changes. He is who he is. The understanding is true. What you know what I'm saying? The truth don't change, right? The plan doesn't change. And we know the words in the scripture don't change. For all the people that always want people to like change their mind, or like, hey, this is who he is. This is what he believes. This is the truth. And people want the truth to change or to be altered because of how they feel. Christ felt how he felt was he did not want to go through that pain that was coming. That's how he felt. And he asked God to change it. You know, he asked if there was a way it could be changed. And he still was like, well, I guess I'll do it then. But man, really, 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 Daddy, come on. It got to be something else. This is what was going on in his mind. This is how our Lord was feeling. This is reality. See, the Bible, we can't just look at this as just some book that's falling from the sky with angel wings on it and the halo and just light shining up out of it, and everything is, you know, just what's the word? Magicalized. You know what I'm saying? Mystified. It ain't. This is real. These are real people. The Messiah was a man. For all my people talk about Jesus is God, right here you can see ain't no way he's not. He is a man. You can't deny it after reading and understanding who he is and what he's going through. He felt these things. He was scared and terrified and afraid, just like any other person would be. Only difference is the will within him, the willpower, the strength to actually go through all the commands and instructions that his father gave him. That's what separates him from us. He's willing to do whatever his daddy says, no matter what the situation, he's going to follow it. That's what separates him. He was a man just like us. He was flesh and blood. Now, obviously, we know he was here from the beginning. So, you know, when he's coming back, he is going to be the God that's going to be glorified. But he was put down here as a man, as a normal human being. That's what he was like. You know what I'm saying? He just understood how to use his skills, right? He could do miracles and stuff. Because I'm sure we can probably do miracles and stuff like that. We just don't have that power. We don't know. We don't know the tricks behind everything. But anyways, Matthew chapter 26, verse 45. Then cometh he to the disciples and saith unto them, sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. They says, hey, the person that's actually going to get me, the person that's actually going to betray me, the person that's going to turn me over, hey, the time has come. He's on the way. He probably understood. He's on the way. Verse 47. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whomsoever I shall kiss, the same is he. Hold him fast. Now here's why he's saying this is him. He had to make sure they knew who it was, because again, it's dark outside. So it's dark outside. It's early in the morning. Sun hasn't risen yet. So they don't know. They can't see who they do. Is, you know, him and his disciples, they all together. And plus, you know, Israelites was probably like Chinese people back then. You know what I'm saying? We all looked alike. So there's like, hey, y'all look the same. Him right there, that Negro, there he is. I'm gonna kiss him. I'm gonna know who it is. So he had to go up to him, and they had to find him. All right. So, anyways, verse 49. And forthwith he came to Jesus and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Jesus said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? So Jesus said, hey, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? What you doing? That's the question. Why are you here? What are you coming to do? And they came, and laid hands on Jesus and took him. And behold, one of them which with Jesus stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his hair. Then Jesus said unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. So now he's like, hey, you wanna come and just fight a physical battle? Everybody's fighting physical battles. They might overcome some, but they're gonna lose. And by the time you lose, then it's over. You know, nah, don't fight this way. We're gonna fight with the eternal way. We're gonna fight with the word, the spirit. What does that mean? We're gonna do things a certain way. We're gonna change people. When you change people, then there's nothing you can do, because once a person is who they are, it don't matter what you do to them physically, they'll be who they are. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That same concept. Nobody can make you be a different type of individual than who you are if you truly believe in what you have. If it has become imprinted in your mind, if it's ironed into you, you're stuck that way. He's like, nah, don't worry, we ain't fighting a physical battle because you can kill some people, but hey, it's not gonna change, anything. All right. All right, so verse 54, not verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? He's like, you know who I am, right? You know I'm the Son of God. I can just, like I said, I can call my daddy, and he can come in here and just get rid of all the people. That's easy. That's not my mission. That's not what I'm here for. That's what he had to let him know. Verse 54. But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be? See, that's my mission. That's the scriptures be fulfilled. This is what was written of me. This is my mission. This is what it's what I am. It's the game plan. This is the play that I must run. Verse 55. In that same hour said Jesus to the multitudes, are ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and ye laid no hold on me. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. So at that moment, guess what happened? They all took off running. They all was like, oh, I'm out of here. And they seen that he just now got taken. He got apprehended. They all took off running. Oh, by the way, I see you, Judah Monster. Hey, happy new moon to you. Grace and peace be with you. Hopefully all is good. I was going to say good morning, but I guess for you it's afternoon because y'all like 5 hours ahead, I believe. Think 5 hours ahead. Yeah. So anyways, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hopefully all is good. All right. Matthew chapter 26, verse 57. And they that laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him afar off unto the high priest's place, to the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. So Peter, now, of course, all the disciples were scared. Peter was scared too, but you know what? Peter was still like, man, he's still like rolling with him. He's following, he's staying close. He's probably in his head thinking of all kind of stuff. He's probably, imagine being that, you know, your leader, your ruler, the one you believe in, the one you look up to so much. He's changed your life. And you like, man, I ain't about to let this go down like this. I'm about to do something. So the whole time he's probably thinking, all right, I'm gonna sneak up. I'm gonna grab the first one. I'm gonna snap his neck. Then the next one I'm gonna come and I'm gonna chop his arm off with the sword. Then another one come. I'm gonna throw a ninja star at him. You know, I'm gonna do all. He's probably got all these little plans, these scenarios playing out through his head like a movie. How he's gonna just heroically rescue the Messiah. So he's following him, trying to see what's going on. It's just things that's probably going on. And again, this is how I think. I'm just thinking about stuff like this. If I'm following him, I'm thinking of everything I can do to save my leader, save my ruler, save my master, this teacher that has shown me the world is such a high level on this other, in a certain way. Hey, he's done these things for me. I appreciate him. I gotta do something. I can't just sit back. I can't just run away and act like I don't know what happened. No, I'm gonna roll with him to the end. This is what he's probably feeling like this. He's probably got the Chucky mindset. You know what I'm saying? We're friends to the end. That's what he's saying. All right, Matthew chapter 26, verse 59. And now the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death. So now they're trying to come up with lies to actually, so they can justify killing this man. Verse 60, but found none. Yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came 2 false witnesses. They says, think about this. It said many false witnesses came. Out of the woodwork, all these people came up to just make up stories on him. And he says they found none, meaning they was like, none of these stories are good. None of them gonna work. We'll never be able to let this pass. There is no way this will work. And I like what Judah Monster said. A lot of paid people, you know what I'm saying? People trying to find ways to come in. Yep, exactly. Same thing happening today. People have the same type of spirits. Like Christ said to the people when he's talking to all the scribes and the Pharisees in Matthew 23, he says, you are the ones that killed the prophets. You the ones that killed the people in past times. Y'all said y'all wouldn't have did it, but y'all are those people. Just like now, many of those people now are the same ones that would take down Jesus if he was still walking the earth today. They absolutely would. They would get rid of him. I wish he was. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie. I wish he was here so I want to be one of the people that's rolling with him, following him. But then again, yeah, I'd just be ashamed of myself if I ran away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, hey, look, all the disciples ran away, and those 12 was the closest to him, or those 11, because one of them betrayed him. But yeah, I would, man. Just don't let me be Judas. That's it. But I'd still be ashamed of myself for running away. And I'd feel, you know what I'm saying? I'd feel awfully gay. So, anyways, Matthew chapter 26, verse 61. And said, this fellow, so remember, these two witnesses came, right? Two witnesses came. Now they was coming together. Watch this. And said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee? So he says, what is being said about these people that they've said about you? All right, yeah, I was looking, I was like, man, his grammar looked bad, but he said, what is it these is in those people witness against you, they say about you. Verse 63, but Jesus held his peace, and the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tell us whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. So now he's like, hey, he said, I adjure thee by the living God. Let me go ahead and get the definition, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know, but yep. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. I don't want to give y'all the wrong answer and then, come back to this video and be like, man, what I said was stupid. Nah, I want to make sure. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the definition, because adjure is not a word that we normally use anyway. So he says, I adjure thee by the living God. All right. Adjure definition. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Adjure. Urge. Let me go ahead and highlight it. Urge or request someone solemnly or earnestly to do something. So basically, they were letting him know it is imperative, extremely important that you tell me if this is true or not. Did you say this? Did you say you're going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days? That's what they were saying. And then he said, tell us, are you Jesus? Are you Jesus Christ? Are you the Son of God? Did you actually come down from the heavens above? Is that you? Verse 64, Jesus said unto them, thou hast said, nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. So he said, you said you're going to see me when the time comes. I'm going to return. I'll be here. So you believe what you want to believe. Verse 65. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, he hath spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witnesses? Behold, now ye have heard his blasphemy. What think ye? They answered and said, he is guilty of death. So now they said he's blaspheming the word, he's blaspheming the Lord of God. He's speaking against that. Hey, we got a reason now. Finally, sign, seal, deliver. They bang together. Bow, let's go. Yeah, we can take out the Messiah. So we can kill him. We have a reason. We finally can justify the evil that's within us. Verse 66. What think ye? They answered and said, he is guilty of death. Then did they spit in his face and buffeted him, and others smote him with the palms of their hands. So not only did these people not only did they spit in his face, which that's like the most disrespectful thing you can do. They spit in his face and then they smacked him. You said they got the palm of their hands and just, what y'all see Dave Chappelle? What the 5 fingers say to the face? You know what I'm saying? Or 5 fingers in the palm. I forgot. I ain't seen that in a while, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Rick James. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Not Rick Judah, Rick James. That's a whole nother guy with. He had a lot of hair too, did he? Anyways, never mind. Let's continue. Anyways, 5 fingers. They took the palm, pow, across his face. So they smacking him and they spit in his face. This is how they was disrespecting the Messiah. I'd be pissed off. I ain't gonna lie, I'd be mad as hell. I have to watch this take place. So Peter's sitting in the distance watching this. Remember, he wanted to see what would become of him. He's looking at what's going on. He's seeing it happen. If this would make you mad, put a 5 in the chat. And if you wouldn't care, then you put a 1 in the chat. But yeah, he had to watch this happen. He had to see this taking place. Verse 68, saying, now, after they smacking him in the face, verse 68, saying, prophesy unto us, thou Christ. Who is it? He that smote thee. Now they mocking him. They making fun. They trying to be cute now. Hey, who smacked you? Which one of us did it? You know what I'm saying? Now they saying that. Prophesy who did it. Which hand did it? Y'all seen Rush Hour when Chris Tucker was like, which one of y'all kicked me? You know what I'm saying? They saying, which one of us hit you? Who did it? Since you are this mighty Jesus, since you are the Messiah, since you are the chosen one, who hit you in the face? That they're being funny. They being cute. They are making fun of the Messiah. Just so y'all peeping what's going on. Verse 69. Verse 69. Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also was with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. See, they like, oh yeah, you was ladies like, hey, I seen you before. Yeah, you was rolling with him. You remember it says a damsel. So she probably thought, she's like, hey, do you look good, man? I remember you. I know I remember you because I was peeping you. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was my twin brother. Oh, why are you trying to say I wasn't with Jesus? I wasn't with that dude. You see him? He was now acting like he had nothing to do with it. Denied him. Strike one. Verse 70. But he denied before them, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him and said unto them, another maid saw him and said unto them that were with her, this fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth. Hey, another female saw him, like, oh man, I saw dude. Look, hey, Peter's noticed by all the, I never really noticed, but hey, all the ladies noticed Peter. So Peter, you know what I'm saying? He must have been, he must be cute, no homo, you know what I'm saying? He must have been a good looking guy. Must have been, or he had muscles or something stood out about him. They peeping him though. They noticed him. Yeah, I saw you. I know it was. Hey, look, Judah Monster said, he said, women be snitching. Hey, he said women be snitching. Like, yeah, hey, it was him. Get him. Yeah, he just pointing him out. Lincoln Law said, poor Peter, he was probably scared out of his mind. Yeah, he had to be. Hey, this is two. This is two right here. Now, he done denied the Messiah 2 times. All right? Twice he done did it. Verse 72. And again, he denied, and verse 72. And again, he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. It said with an oath. He took it to another level. Man, hey, swear to God. Yeah, I wasn't with him. Swear to God, y'all. Hey, cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. Y'all know the sayings we say as a kid. He had an oath. He came up with a new way. He found a way to try to be like, no, it wasn't me. He was genuine. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. This is him right here. He's refusing to accept that he was a part of that. Verse 73. And after a while came unto him that stood by and said, Peter, surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. And then he said, hey, I'm sorry. Then he says, your speech bewrayeth thee. That reveals you. That has called you out. All right. You can pretend that you wasn't there, but actually we know it was you. How do I know it was you? Because how you talk. Now let me put this in perspective. And for all the brothers that, all the brothers if they've been around me or just been around that being been in the church of Louisville, hey, if you're around certain people for a certain while, you're gonna actually pick up the same type of language, same vernacular. Y'all got the same slang terms. It's just the way y'all think, the way y'all move. It's gonna it's going to mirror in a lot of ways. Your speech bewrayeth thee. So people that's been around me, they be like, oh yeah, you said. What you said is what Rick Judah would say. Yeah, yeah, you with him. I know you with him because it gives you up. You trying to pretend like you're trying to hide, but that is you. I know it is you because that's how he talked. Yeah, you definitely was with him. You can pretend like you wasn't. If you wasn't with him, you've been watching him online. You've been watching him online, or you've talked to him on the phone. Something. You are in dealings with this man. You trying to act like you ain't. We know it's you. Verse 74. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. So now the third one came out. And the third denial came. And then on the third one, he was like, man, I know it. I'm telling you, man, I will kill y'all. He began to curse. Now he's starting to do all these things. Yeah, I wish bad on it. Now he's wishing bad on people. He's just going off. He's hot. And right when he's doing it that third time, in the middle of his tirade, in the middle of his rant, the rooster started crowing. Strike 3, the denial of the Messiah, the third time it happened, you know what I'm saying? And Peter remembered the word of Jesus, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. And he went out, they didn't say he just went out and wept, it says he wept bitterly. And again, I can remember 2 times in my life where I was crying and couldn't control it. Like it was just, like where my shoulders were shaking and I just couldn't stop. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, This is the type of crying I'm pretty sure he was going through, where you don't know why your emotions are doing it, why you feel that way. It's just you just feel all this hurt and you just can't stop it. It's like, what is going on? Why is sadness from inside out? You know what I'm saying? Putting her hand on my little motion ball inside me in my mind. Hey, I need this to go away. That it was hurtful, but it was that. I'm telling you, this is what he was going to say. He wept bitterly because he was completely ashamed of himself. He was upset, and I understand. I can understand it because you feel like your life is over. You feel like you've done the ultimate sin. There's no coming back from this. I denied Jesus. I said I don't know him. I said I wasn't rolling with him. Like it's like I said, just reading through this like now, I'm telling you, it's just painful thinking about it. Like how absolutely low I would feel as a man if I just did this. As a man that has walked with the definition of masculinity, and then you've done nothing but showed a feminine nature of self-preservation in the moment of I guess in one of the toughest moments of your life, and you let yourself down, and you feel like that you can't come back from it, and you probably feel like that there is no getting better. Man, I can identify with it. I can definitely identify that. I'd be going through it. Yeah, for real. Dang, shoot. And no, I'm not about to weep bitterly, so y'all don't be sitting here waiting. Hey, is Brother Rick about to cry? No. But I'll be extremely hurt. Like I'll be very, very sad. So I'm telling you. So it's like that. And I like let me go back to what Judah Monster said on a comment. I was talking about you're gonna emulate those that you kind of around the most, which is also why it's important. Your environment determines who you are. The environment you want to be in is what you're going to learn to be like. Why do you think Scripture says in Proverbs 24, it says, "Be not thou envious of the wicked or desire to be around them," because you're going to pick up the same habits as the people that you want to be around. So that's why you got to make sure the people you want to be around are those that are good, that are righteous, that are holy. Your environment determines so much. Like this, it's like the Father rubbed off on Moses when he was in the mountain on his face. Yeah, his face was shining. Moses was a different man when he came down. He wasn't the same. Stay around someone long enough and you become the likeness. Yes, it's all that. So, the disciples, it was like 12, Jesus Christ walking around. That's what it was. It was 12. After Christ went down, it was 12 Messiahs. And that's the beauty of the gospel. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why we gotta take our talents and multiply them. All right, if I have one talent, I need to make 5. Meaning I need to make 5 more believers, 5 more people that got strong faith in Christ. And then those 5 need to make another 5 each or 10 each. And then that one Jesus turns into 50 overnight. You know what I'm saying? This is what's got to happen. So when Jesus died, there were 11 men that went out and was like, oh, this is that guy. Now I'm just naming the 12 main disciples. You got to think about all the other people that believed on the Son of God after he went down. That's why Acts was such a powerful book, because all those people now they watched the life of the Messiah and they're like, this truly is a Son of God. This is a man that I want to be like. I want to emulate that. And it was infectious. That's what we need right now. We gotta have an infectious gospel. We gotta go. What they say, go viral. The word of God, the Most High, needs to go viral. The truth of the Most High, the keeping of the commandments need to go viral. You know what I'm saying? And another way we can make it go viral. You know what I'm saying? Do what your legend said. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. You do these things so the word of God, so it can be spread to the four corners of the earth. Because what we want to change life. We want to change the world. And the world can't be changed. We can't take the kingdom until we get the mindset of the people that actually want to be there. This was Matthew chapter 26. Pray y'all gain some understanding of this. Let's continue to grow in this word. Hey, I'm glad y'all was on with me this morning. I know it was super early, but hey, wanted to get the word of the Lord out. And let's enjoy the new moon. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes. Shalom, shalom. Love y'all, Israel.